what's going to be the best car for the year out of all the cars we've driven here at Daily Motor, the way we do it is a bracket setup. We actually decide it live. Chris and I get together with the Topher, and we sit down. We have 64 of the cars we drove throughout the year, and we go through a March Madness basketball style. It's a bracket system all the way to the end, deciding on the best car that provides three main aspects. It needs to, we talk about how it is to drive, how it would be to live with, and how well it excels at its purpose. So when we're talking about a car like the Kona N here, and I will note it is a little bit loud from these tires, but when we're talking about a car like the Kona N, how is it to drive? Well, it's a whole ton of fun. We're going to see that here in a minute. You can see that from our full warm weather review. The engine has a ton of character, something you don't really get in four-cylinder motors very often, having this much fun and character in it. It's got a good driving position, driving feel, good weight to the steering, a lot of outright power to have fun with. Very, very good car to drive. How would it be to own? Well, it's kind of an SUV.
It is.
It's a little bit more of a hatchback, but it's kind of an SUV. You have some space back here for kids or adults even. You have some space in the cargo area. You have a little bit of extra ground clearance.
Headroom.
A ton of headroom. You can see I'm 5'10" sitting here. I have plenty of room. It's a car that, this is good. It's a car that actually has some livable practicality, and it's not going to get great fuel economy, but it's not going to be awful. And it's got everything technology-wise you're going to want. We said those heated seats, easy physical controls for climate and volume, and it's got CarPlay and Android Auto. A lot of good features that you're going to want at this price point. And then, how well does it excel at its purpose? Very well. It's supposed to be a sporty, daily driver type car. And it's so good at that because you can see we were driving it chill back there, and it's just kind of going along. But then I press this N button here, or actually that N button there, and it gets loud, and it gets fast.
Look at that torque steer.
That was not me trying to steer it at all.
Yeah.
That was it yanking me back and forth, and immediately I'm met with a grin.
A grin shift?
Yes. This thing is properly bonkers. And it's just, you don't expect it from a package like this.
No.
Oh, did you say it? Oh, it's because I'm in N grid shift. It's in the most aggressive shift pattern.
It's also, the ride is really something as well. It stiffens up quite a bit in N mode, and it bounces you all over like a Focus RS.
It'll steer me through this corner just with the gas pedal. I don't even have to turn the wheel. Oh, the brakes are a bit wore out on this model. It's had a tough life.
Something's moving around back there.
It is. I get this great digital gauge cluster here that you'll see in a moment once Chris drives, but it's telling me all sorts of fun track information there. Oil temp, engine temp, torque, turbo pressure, my speed, my gear position, RPM. And then, unlike a car like the GR Corolla that doesn't give you any cool infotainment stuff, you've got your N mode screen here in the Hyundais, and look at all that.
Yeah,
that's cool. Really cool. For someone who's going to go and actually take their car out on track, this is useful. A lap timer, how much you're pressing the brake pedal, so you can watch that afterward and see how far you're having to go into it. And then look how well you can customize all your things.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, you can make it sporty for some things like steering, but not sporty for other things like suspension and exhaust sound. You see your G-force readouts, launch control right there, which I can't imagine would be particularly useful today.
No.
Yeah, so a lot of really cool things, and you can tell that Hyundai really thought through this car from a passionate standpoint. You can tell that they really thought, what are the type of people who are in this market going to want?